ESFramework comes with a sample application that will help you build your own applications very quickly. Let's take a look at a TM1 based application that we built using ESFramework. And first we will go through what the capabilities are of this application, kind of give you an overview of it, and then we'll take a more of a deeper dive. So what this application is an employee planning app. It allows you to take a look at the employees within a specific cost center, for example, and you can add new employees to this cost center. You can click on a specific employee and edit their details. You can change their start date, their end date, what their bonus rates and billable rates are, and so forth. And you can also transfer these employees from one department to another one. And what this will do is it will take the start and end dates that you've assigned to this employee and allocate out all of their bonuses and their salaries and their total compensation across the month, so it can be reported in this tab here, which is the Employee by Period tab. And this Employee by Period will show you how that employee's compensation, in this case, is spread out through all of the months throughout the specific years. Now in this case it's all years, but I can come in here and pick a specific year and change from total compensation to perhaps salary only. And so now this is showing me salary only for these employees within all departments for the year 2009. So this is more of a reporting style page or tab here, and we can move on now to a dashboard style, which lets us look at charts and graphs and so forth about this cost center. Again, I can select the specific years, and it will filter out the data that you see here. This is interactive, and it is live with TM1, so as data is changed, whether you're doing it through this application or whether you're doing it in TM1 directly, you will always see the latest information. The other thing that we have in this application is the ability to look at TM1 Web and integrate that right into our applications. So there may be certain aspects of your particular business requirements that need a more of a guided user experience, and other ones that are more self-serviced or ad hoc. So in this case, what we've brought into here is a cube viewer that comes with the standard TM1, but you can also display in here web sheets, and you can create those reports right in TM1 or in an Excel and bring them automatically right here in your application. So the concept here is that we can build the parts of your application which require a guided user experience, such as adding new employees and validating that the information that you're entering in is complete before it gets into TM1. Then once that information is in TM1, you can then use the power of what it provides to do the ad hoc analysis and to do some of the additional reporting capabilities that it provides. And you can integrate this into one application so your users won't even know that they're going into TM1 directly. So this is kind of the broad overview of the employee planning application. And now let's talk a little bit further in detail about what are the capabilities that we provided for. So what you'll see here at the top of the screen, and this is what makes this what we call a single page application. A single page application means that there is only one page that's effectively built, and the user does not navigate from one page to the next. What they actually do is they navigate within the same page, and it updates as they move around. So as I go from employee by period back to employee list, I'm not actually reloading an entire web page. And this is important for performance. So Enterprise Services Framework takes care of all of that for you. And what you'll see when we build this in the source files is that this is the header, and then this is the area that Enterprise Services Framework operates on. And we'll show you how we connect that. So when you come into here, we have what we call a toolbar up here with several buttons. And when you click on the edit button, for example, it's context sensitive to the employee that you've selected. So when I click Susan Charlstein here and choose edit, it's context sensitive to the row that I selected within that grid. It will go off and query the data for TM1, show it to you in the screen, and allow you to edit it using various control types, such as date pickers, drop downs. You can use these little numeric incrementers and so forth and format the data any way you want. Okay, when you save this, it goes back to TM1, the change is made immediately, and the grid is refreshed. Okay, we have buttons here as well that can control, as you saw earlier, the filtering of the grid. We'll show you how we incorporate that, and we clear that out. Now, when we edit this employee or when we do a transfer, as you see here, what's actually happening in the background, because we need to take the data that we received from this screen, which is by a start and an end date, and we now need to convert it to something that looks like TM1's monthly basis, so March, April, May, June. And the way we do that is through the execution of a TI script. And that TI script is happening automatically in the background when you hit this transfer button or when you hit the save on the edit screen. And that we will show you also how you can kick off those TI processes automatically that the user won't even see that that's occurring. Some of the other capabilities that the framework provides is the ability to take a grid of information and break it up into pages so that the performance is very, very fast. And so I can only see certain pieces of this, and I can go back and forth between those pages and bring just the information that they need to see at that time. Other aspects that we have incorporated into the sample application is on the dashboard. We have two different charts here, and we're going to show you how to format these titles here. And when you click on them, you can expand them out, and as you change these drop downs, it will automatically change the queries that are generated for TM1, bring that data back in, and update this, all without having to reload the page. Now, if you'll also notice, as I've been going through this application, my URL has been changing up here, and this is what we call a router. We have in Enterprise Services Framework the ability to automatically handle routing as you move through the application. Again, this is something you would normally have to build in an app, but we do it for you. There's no coding that you need to do on your side. So what this does is two things. It allows me to use the back and forward button to navigate through that, as well as take this URL, open up a new browser session, and jump right directly to that screen with the settings that we set up for this application. So all of this again is done for you. In addition to the standard data management that we do with TM1, we also take care of complex application logic, such as resizing of the screen, so that you don't have to do this within your application. So to give you an idea of really what it took to build this, we're going to show you the files that went into this. So these are the files that we used to build this application. And there are only, I believe, 9 of them here. This entire app was built with 9. And you'll see the size of these files are quite small. So the development effort that you have to do in Framework is minimal to put together a very sophisticated application that you have been seeing here.